Hey guys, it's Elena. It's good to see you again. So this week we did static stretching and we also incorporated some rolling into it. It was a little bit different than last week. Definitely felt more of a stretch overall, which I'll get into. But during the first set of squats, I was having some hip discomfort on the right side, which was definitely different than last week. Last week, if you guys remember, I was having that adductor pain and then the medial aspect knee, a little bit discomfort there. Didn't have any of that this week, but I was definitely having some of the abductor discomfort, kind of right at the TFL. When I did my squats and I went back and reviewed, I had noticed that I was having lower back arch, and that tells me that I probably have some overactive hip flexors. I probably have some overactive latissimus dorsi and erector spinae. So when I went in for my foam rolling, I made sure to really pay attention when I was rolling out those areas to see how I felt, and there was definitely increased tenderness there compared to the other sections of my body that I was rolling. So I spent a little bit of extra time on that. TFL definitely was tender. The lats, more tender than the rest. But when I got to the thoracic spine region, it definitely hurt, but it felt so good. I found myself after about 30 seconds, I was able to just fully relax into it, just breathe through it. And by the time I was done, when my 60 seconds hit, I didn't want to get up. It felt so good. I wanted to lay there forever. But there was a difference when I got up after the rolling and then going into the stretching. When I did that bilaterally, between the two sides, that I noticed my right side felt super loose and my left side still felt tight. So when I'm walking, it was kind of like a funky walk. It didn't feel aligned. So I definitely was gonna want to go back and roll out my left side just to kind of get that symmetry going. But yeah, the looseness on the right side, that was definitely there extra. When I did the static only stretching, it did just feel stiffer all around. It's going into the stretches, it felt a little bit harder. Like I couldn't really relax as much into them as I could on the right side. And obviously my right hip did feel a little extra tight going into the static stretch, even though I had rolled that. But it was kind of hard to, I guess you could say, compare the left and right side, because my left side, I didn't really have any extra soreness or tightness going into the squats. It was only on my right. So it felt good on the left side. Just not too much craziness to report in comparison. It's just, I definitely felt looser on the right side. The left, it still felt a little tight. Overall though, I'm trying to think of what could have caused the lower back arch this week. Because last week, like I said, I was having that tightness right in here. And, the only thing that I can attribute it to, my husband works nights. I think I told you guys that, and sleeps during the days. Well, this last week, he worked a 6-hour work week. And so a lot more of the household responsibilities have been falling on me. And I think, honestly, I'm tired this week. Definitely feeling fatigued, probably having poor posture. It's a tougher week for me, and I think physically I'm feeling that. I'm carrying a lot of extra stress in this area, which is probably why it felt so good to roll that out. But honestly, it's kind of a mystery, but I'm just gonna attribute it to I'm just physically fatigued. other than that, not too much more to report, but I'm going to continue with the stretching, continue with the rolling. We did a walk today, which was amazing in the sunshine. Definitely needed that vitamin D. So hopefully you guys had a good experience with it as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing your results.